I used to think studying for longer hours means more learning, but neuroscience says that our brain actually learns better when recovery is done properly. So, after studying for around 9 hours, this is the routine that I follow to reduce mental fatigue, improve retention, and stop my brain from completely crashing.
'Cause you tell me exactly what I should do. Wouldn't be question.
So it's around 6 pm and I have about 10 minutes left before ending my last study session of the day. And at this point, my brain honestly starts feeling weirdly full, like I'm still reading the words, but the processing speed is clearly declining. And which actually makes sense because after hours of intense focus, our cognitive efficiency starts dropping. So instead of forcing another 2 hours of fake productivity, I usually stop around 6:15 pm.
I tell you what I loved about you, all the reasons to make it hard without you. Hard without you.
Okay, the first thing after studying is tea. I know coffee is the popular productivity drink, but personally, I have always been more of a tea person. Coffee, it wakes my brain up, and tea kind of calms it down while still keeping me functional. And recently, I found that there is actually a reason for that. So, tea contains this amino acid called L-theanine, which can help increase our relaxation without completely making you sleepy. So instead of that intense caffeine spike that coffee sometimes gives, tea feels a little smoother on the brain. And also the fun fact, your brain consumes a huge amount of energy while concentrating for long periods. So a little bit of glucose is good, and that explains why I suddenly become a full-time snack enthusiast after studying. So this has basically become my daily post-study ritual at this point. And after eating, I usually go for a walk, sometimes on the terrace, sometimes outside, but I make sure that I change my environment a little bit. There's actually a research showing that even short exposure to nature can help improve your attention restoration. And also, after studying for all day, my thoughts start feeling weirdly repetitive, and walking somehow interrupts that loop, and it started raining literally out of nowhere, and suddenly so heavy. There's a biology behind loving these rain sounds. It activates the parasympathetic system of our body, the part that helps in relaxation. So it's not random. After a walk, I usually take a hot shower, and honestly, this is one of those things that does not look like much, but it completely shifts how my body feels. So, hot showers can actually help activate your relaxation responses by increasing the circulation and helping your nervous system slow down a little bit. So basically, it's my way of telling my brain that okay, we are done for the day. And today the weather was still doing its thing, so everything just felt a little slower in a good way. And after changing into something comfortable, this is usually my dinner time. I try to keep my meals earlier in the evening because a lot of evidence support that eating earlier helps in better digestion and it just feels lighter on the body. But obviously, this noodle is not an everyday thing. It's just one of those rainy days where your brain decides that it wants something warm, simple, and comforting. So I just went along with my brain. Warm noodles, rainy weather, no overthinking. And honestly, nothing beats this combination. And also, one thing that I have learned over time is not every part of discipline has to look strict. Sometimes recovery also looks like slowing down, eating something simple, and letting your mind just exist for a bit. After dinner, I usually come back to my laptop and start with questions from whatever I have studied earlier in the day. I have realized something over time. Rereading notes feels productive, but solving questions actually tells you what you know and what you just think you know. It's a form of active recall where your brain has to retrieve information instead of just recognizing it. And that retrieval effort is actually what strengthens memory the most. So I don't try to do a long session here. It's just enough questions to taste the day's learning and then close those gaps immediately. And after that, I quickly look at what I want to study tomorrow. Not a heavy schedule, just a rough direction of topics so I don't waste mental energy deciding on what to start with in the morning. Because mornings are much better when the brain does not have to negotiate with itself. and it becomes much easier when you already know what you are going to study for the day. So make sure you already know the topic that you will be starting the next day. And once that's done, I close my laptop and come back to my table for a few minutes of daily ritual.
Wouldn't lose you. I wouldn't lose you. 'Cause you were gone too soon, and my only rescue to get lost in the memories. I cannot believe that you left me here now. 'Cause you're not for me to keep, and I hope that you hear me when I talk to you.
And it's this 2 minutes of brain dump of whatever topics you have studied for the whole day with the timer. Yes, I set a proper 2-minute timer and then I write everything that I can remember from today's study. Nothing structured, just whatever comes to my mind. It's just a form of active recall where you force your brain to retrieve the information without any prompts. And that effort is actually what helps you realize what actually stayed in memory and what did not. And once the timer ends, I quickly recheck the chapters again. Not to restudy everything, just to see what I missed. And these missed topics is what I'll revise the first thing tomorrow. And apart from knowing what stayed in your memory, this also helps to reduce that morning confusion where you waste your time figuring out where to start.
Memories. You'd always keep me safe, treat me like the best. Now there's really nothing left.
And then I open my planner and just write one simple thing for today. The amount of hours that I studied and if there is any takeover for the next day. No, not because the number itself matters so much, but because it gives a clear end point to the day. A kind of proof that I stood up, I did the work, and I can actually switch off without any guilt. So you might think this is where my study day ends, but not really. I recently read a research and it said that switching context helps the brain consolidate what you have learned instead of keeping it stuck in the same loop. So I shift from studying to reading something reflective, not to learn more, but to let my brain process everything from the day. And right now I'm reading this book called The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. It's basically about a lawyer who quit everything in search for the meaning of life. And there was a line I underlined today that stood out to me. What it says is that no matter what happens in your life, you always have the ability to choose how you respond to it. And you alone have that capacity. All that it's pointing towards is a mindset regulation, and that everything is in our brain, the good, the bad, the everything. It's one of the most beautifully written, must-read books. So yes, that's a little bit of how my evening is in general, and your evening is the part that makes the studying work. So build it on purpose, not because it looks nice, but because your brain needs it. Yes, let's do this together because after all, it's all in the mind. See you next week.